What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an Arsenal inventory update to do for you guys. Vinyl this time, and I got some heat for you today. Mostly black metal, picture disc, and assorted other provocative controversies are what's going to be up for discussion here. So, if you're into mostly black metal or controversial stuff, then prepare to strap yourself in for quite an interesting ride here today. So, the first record I'm going to show you isn't necessarily black metal, but it is something very, very awesome. And I believe this album will be turning 15 years old next year. This is CRUCIFIER with Stronger Than Passing Time. Yeah. This is originally released in 2003 through Death to Mankind Records, and for those who are not aware, CRUCIFIER are a death metal band based out of Pennsylvania, and this is the side band of probably one of the most important and influential people in US black metal, and I of course am talking about my good buddy Kaz Grant, aka the Black Lord of Crucifixion, whom you may know as the original drummer for Graham Belial's Key. Very, very great US black metal band, but this was another band that he was involved in, and it's something completely different. Something a little bit more straightforward and blasphemous. A lot more death metal influences going around for a band like CRUCIFIER. And CRUCIFIER has its own sort of legacy, putting out a really awesome multitude of great demos and EPs throughout the early 90s, and then moving on into 2003, where we have the debut full-length from this band, and it's something really, really awesome. It's a very worthwhile death metal record, very straight to the point, very evil sounding. Love the vocals, love the drum work, love the riffs, love the overall natural essence of an album like this. Sodomy of Angels, A Morning in Nazareth, Demons of Filth, just some seriously killer songwriting and music going on with this record. It's an absolute blast to listen to. There is going to be a new CRUCIFIER album in the works, and I believe it's set to come out in 2018, so I'm optimistic to hear what has been brewing in this band since this album has come out. So, yeah, here's the front cover. Very recognizable sort of album cover art here. Back cover, track listing and credits, Death to Mankind Records, Kazuzu Creations. I fucking love that. Band member photos, there you see Mr. Black Lord himself. Pretty thin and flimsy sort of gatefold here. As you can see, this is pretty much an imported sort of release. You have a gatefold here with lyrics and credits. Comes with a printed sheet of photos and collages and stuff. That way you know the history of what CRUCIFIER is all about. Very, very cool stuff. You see Pinhead right there. Kaz with the devil horns drawn in there. Fucking awesome stuff. And this is a very interesting vinyl version because this is a picture disc vinyl. And I believe I got this through Haunted Hotel Records. They had that in their arsenal, and once I saw it there, I immediately had to grab it, and this is what it is. Picture disc right here. There you see side A. Side B. Surprisingly good quality to come out of this picture disc, and it's hand numbered to 221 copies. I believe the copy I have is number 172 out of 221. But yeah, very good quality on this. If you're able to come across this or the CD version of this, I would highly recommend getting into this or get the compilation that was put out through Iron Bonehead. That way you have an idea of what CRUCIFIER are all about. So yeah, Stronger Than Passing Time by CRUCIFIER. Definitely check this one out. Now we get on to some US black metal. I don't think I've ever shown this particular vinyl on camera before. I got this many, many years ago, and this was when this particular black metal band was beginning to get some sort of notoriety and appreciation. This band is no more, to the best of my knowledge, but from what this band had been putting out, it had been nothing short of memorable. This is Recluse with Frozen Blood. Yeah. This is a self-released vinyl that I believe came out in 2014, 2015 through Hooded in Oil Records, and of course, A lot of the songs that appear on this particular vinyl record are songs that would end up later appearing on the Black Famine demo that Recluse put out in many multiple variations. Self-release tape and CDR, and a pro CD and tape that was put out through Vault of Dry Bones. But yeah, Recluse is an absolute amazing US black metal band. When I first heard about it, when I first got into it, I immediately fell in love with it. Very cryptic, very evil, very blasphemous, very much reminiscent of the early La Legion Noir sort of days. I got a lot of that influence from those early releases, and of course Stillbirth in Bethlehem was one of my favorite records from last year. Absolutely amazing full-length album, but hearing the early days of Recluse is absolutely awesome. Poison Crucifix, Erect Holy Strangulation, such memorable songs, and this is definitely something I still play and listen to this very day. So here's the front cover, Recluse logo and artwork here. Back cover, track listing. This is hand numbered to 250 copies. Mine is number 241. Comes with a Xerox sheet of some additional artwork. Very good quality here. Opposite side with the particulars of Recluse as to who's involved. Very, very cool. And all the copies came on a standard black vinyl, but this one is special to me because it's personalized. This is signed by Phil himself, I believe. It says Joshua, Let the Dark In, M. Signed with a red marker. Won't take out the vinyl because it's just black vinyl, but yeah. Awesome center labels here. Very, very good quality on this record. Amazing, amazing stuff. But yeah, if you have not gotten acquainted with the material of Recluse, definitely look up the Black Famine demo or the Stillbirth in Bethlehem full length. But yeah, this is something very special to me, and I appreciate everything that Recluse has ever done. So yeah, Frozen Blood by Recluse. Definitely check this one out. Keeping up with the controversy, this next artist is a project that I haven't talked about in a collection update in quite some time. But yeah, I don't know what the YouTube etiquette is in particular about talking about this band and project nowadays is, but I really don't care. I'll show and talk about whatever I want. This is Untitled with Berserker Savagery. Yeah. It's exactly who you think it is. But yeah, this is a 2017 reissue through Psychedelic Lotus Order, Go to Oryx, if I'm not mistaken. And this is the debut full-length from Untitled. For those of you who aren't familiar with Untitled, it is basically a project of Antichrist Kramer, very controversial, infamous sort of figure within underground metal, known for his artwork, for his experimentations, controversial lyrics, imagery, stuff that may be deemed offensive to some. Even the harsh noise stuff that he does with Death Key. But Untitled is something completely different. It's very shrill, very crazed sort of noise. I don't know what Untitled really wants to be. It either wants to be power violence, or grindcore, or black metal, or noise, or something of that nature. Audio samples mixed with harsh screams, endless blasts. It's just very intriguing stuff to listen to. This is one of those projects that you'll either learn to love or learn to hate. There's always mixed reactions when it comes to talking about Untitled, but I have always been on the Untitled train. I love everything that this project has done. But yeah, it's 2 lengthy tracks, and I believe there's a third one specifically for the vinyl version. This was originally released as a vinyl through the label called Thy Song, but it had one of those fold-over sort of covers and whatever. But when I found out that this was getting a picture disc reissue and that some copies were going to be available in the US, I patiently waited to see about getting a copy of that, and lo and behold, here we are. Of course, I enjoyed Death Angel Absolution a lot more, and I want to say January, the end of January of next year is when we'll have the double album from Hell's Headbangers, so there should be some interesting stuff happening when that album comes around, and of course, people are going to love it or hate it, but I enjoy Untitled. I don't care what anybody says, but yeah. Here's the front of the release. You have this OBI strip, the patented Antichrist Kramer mask, close-up design here. I'm going to take out the contents of this picture disc here. It's a little fold-out booklet here. You have the track listing. You have the little bonus track on the B-side of this picture disc, Death Campaign. If you have the CD release, it's very identical to how the things are laid out. You have the controversial stuff on this side, band members and credits. You already know what this is about, but yeah. This is a picture disc version. Yeah. Very good quality on this picture disc here. This is side A. Side B. Yeah. Surprised by how good quality this picture disc is. But yeah, I wanted to have this in a vinyl version of some sort of variety of nature, and I'm glad that that Godorex decided to make this out. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really get into too much of the releases that Godorex puts out. I mean, other than maybe one or two in particular, but if there's something special that that label is happening to put out, I definitely will be paying attention, and if I want to buy it, I definitely will be buying it. So yeah. It's quite a pain in the ass to stick back in here, so I apologize about that. But yeah. Untitled, you either love it or you hate it, but it is what it is. It's Untitled, so you know what you're expecting. So yeah. Berserker Savagery, Untitled. Next up, we move to Poland for some very, very prideful black metal. This is Dark Fury with Vae Victis. Yeah. This was originally released in 2004, and this is a 2017... I want to say this is a 2017 reissue through Darker Than Black and Lower Silesian Stronghold. And, yeah. Dark Fury is one of those Polish black metal bands that is very, very notable and synonymous with controversy and black metal, NS, or whatever you want to call it. Dark Fury is one of those bands that I feel has had some hit or misses in the majority of their discography, and I would say this debut is, as far as I'm concerned, is some of where the hits are. I really enjoy this debut. It's pretty much mid-paced, straightforward sort of black metal, very anti-religious, straight-to-the-point sort of black metal. Songs like Violence and Pain, Mystery, Slavonic Pride, Werewolf, seriously killer songs on here. Some of the earliest material of Dark Fury is really awesome, but I feel in later times this project put out better material, with albums like War and last year's This Story Happened Before. Really, really good albums in my opinion, but some of the early Dark Fury stuff is really solid, and this album in particular is one of those solid releases. So yeah, here's the front cover. Super glossy sleeve. There you have the emboldened Dark Fury logo here. Vae Victis. Back cover. Track listing and credits. Dark Fury plays intolerant black metal and dedicates these sounds to all those who know how to hate. So you already know what the deal is. And it's a bare bones vinyl, just standard black vinyl. Side A, side B. Yeah. But yeah, if you're trying to get into Dark Fury, I would say try out Vae Victis. If not, you have better black metal to be listening to anyway. So yeah, Vae Victis by Dark Fury. Check this one out. From Poland, we move to Australia for some very, very wonky black thrash craziness. This is Spear of Longinus with Black Sun Society. Yeah. This was originally released in 2004 as a triple 7-inch box set, and I believe earlier this year this was put out as a single 12-inch vinyl through both Darker Than Black and Final Agony Records. And yeah, like I said, Spear of Longinus are based out of Australia, and like I mentioned with Dark Fury, they're one of those black metal sort of bands that really has some hit or miss material. Some material I really love, some material I really don't care for all that much. Preferably this band's early 90s material, the Nada Brahma EP, the Domni Satanasi full-length, absolutely amazing full-length albums. But Spear of Longinus have always had the little bit of the controversy stick thrown behind them when it comes to the overall esoteric lyrical content and that sort of stuff. But Spear of Longinus definitely knew how to get the ball rolling when it came to making music, and this particular collection of 7-inch releases is some really solid stuff. 3 different releases: Nemesis, Apocalyptic Antient Noise, Blood of the Alliance. All 3 of those respective EPs have some very solid tracks: The Death Blow, Nebularcia, Atomica, Egypto, Cool Buddha. Seriously solid tracks here. But yeah, Black Sun Society is one of the better things to come out of the Spear of Longinus camp. Definitely hit or miss material soon after this, but yeah, one of the better Spear of Longinus releases. So anyway, here's a front cover. Back cover. Since it's a full 12-inch, you have the side A and side B stuff. Sort of a spacey intergalactic sort of thing going on here. Darker Than Black, Final Agony Records. Printed inner sleeve with all the track listing and credits and whatever. Spear of Longinus, some more additional artwork. And this comes on 3 different sort of variants. I believe there's black vinyl, white vinyl, and the version that I got on a solid red vinyl. Yeah. Really, really top quality record here. Side A, side B. Really solid stuff. But yeah, Spear of Longinus are another one of those bands you either love or hate. And if you want to try to get into this band, definitely listen to this band's 90s material. That's their best stuff. And this release from 2004 is another solid one in their books. So yeah, Black Sun Society, Spear of Longinus, check this one out if you're interested. And last but not least, I started this video off with something from the Black Lord of Crucifixion, and I'm going to end this video with another band from the Black Lord of Crucifixion, his main band. The shirt, if the shirt's not obvious, if what we're listening to isn't obvious, I gotta save the best for last. This is greatest of all time territory in my opinion. This is Grand Belial's Key with Judeo-Beast Assassination. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is, in my opinion, the best. Cream of the crop. One of the greatest US black metal albums of all time. I mean, Mocking the Philanthropist is an amazing album and all, but I feel with Judeo-Beast Assassination, this band took what they had on their first album and they expanded it and leaped into further bounds that I don't think any other black metal band would ever try to leap themselves into. It's insane, the type of stuff that gets dealt with on Judeo-Beast Assassination. I mean, the Tenderhearted's Manifesto, the Shitagog, Lamb of God, Slain Will Be, Satanic Hunt, absolutely provocative and controversial stuff, controversial lyrics, controversial delivery, heaviness when it comes to the riffs and drum work, the overall vibe and production of things. I mean, this is absolutely high-class US black metal. This won't be for everybody, but I believe that if you want to know about US black metal, you gotta have something like Judeo-Beast Assassination into this discussion. I think this is a classic album. I still think it holds up quite well all these years later, and I just love Grand Belial's Key. I don't care what anybody says. So anyway, here's the front cover. Very notable artwork, and there's some gold stuff since this is a reissue. Back cover, track listing and credits, more artwork and stuff. Comes with a printed stocky lyric sheet There you have all the band members in question. There you see Kaz right there. More lyrics and more crazy artwork. Both this and Mocking the Philanthropist got picture disc reissues. I still wish that they did one for Kosherat, because that's the only album of theirs I need on vinyl, and that way I don't have to worry about shit. So yeah. This comes on a picture disc, and just get it right in there. Yeah. Side A. Side B, absolutely gorgeous. Sound quality is ace on this thing. I was surprised at the quality of this. I know Drakkar has some releases that can either be hit or miss, but the Graham Belialski reissues are definitely of major importance. So yeah, classic US black metal album. I love the Judeo-Beast Assassination so much. Absolutely perfect album all the way through and through. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this crazy, interesting ride, because there won't be another one like it for a while. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But yeah, thank you guys so much for checking this video out. If you've happened to have heard or own any of these releases, definitely let me know what you think about it, how you feel about it, and we can go from there. Yeah, have a great rest of your weekend. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel, and until the next time, Army Ho out.